Hey there,
Jess,
Mel.
you're aware I'm recording
And
you.
Jess.
And you have
are
sat
you?
down
Oh,
for another
dear.
episode
Well,
of Witch Weekly
my recorder's
podcast.
just come up with a message
Are we that
telling me
great?
it's actually illegal
We
for
must
me
be like
not
they're
to
listening to
inform
us,
you
that
we
I
think they're
am
listening
recording
to us.
our
It
conversation.
might just be bots.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
no
of
one's
course, because
listening.
we're going to go to
Maybe they're
prison
just
for
talking
do
into
some
a
hard
void.
time for
I would happily
recording a
draw a
Harry
picture
Potter
for anyone who
podcast.
verified that they were
Well,
listening
if I
by
was
quoting me
recording
right
without your
now.
knowledge, maybe, I was
I'm
like
going to
making
say,
money and you
if
didn't
you
even realize I'd be
comment
recording as we
on the link to
spoke.
this episode on our Facebook
You
page,
vile harpy.
and you comment the name of any teacher from Hogwarts, just any teacher, I will draw you a picture. A magical Harry Potter picture.
Jess is an amazing artist. You should take her up on this.
I am not an amazing artist, but
She
I promise
totally is.
I promise you'll get a kick out of it. All right. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight, but first let's jump into it with a bit of a question. You can pick only one. If you could pick one fan canon that you've seen, one headcanon, anything, and make it real, if you could make anything canon, what would you make canon?
Willy Wonka went to Hogwarts and he was a Slytherin.
Okay, that is not what I expected at all.
Not from me.
No, okay, you're a weirdo. Willy Wonka, are you kidding with me right now? I mean, it makes sense, and I'll actually lead into something about that later, but wow, okay.
Well, because it has to be... Headcanon has to be based in canon in some way. So I can't say that, Sirius raised Harry.
No.
Because it doesn't happen that way in canon. Like, it has to be something that could have happened in canon. And out of all the things that could have happened in canon off-screen, I like the fact that Willy Wonka went to Hogwarts and he's a total Slytherin. Have you seen that Tumblr post?
Yes, I have seen that Tumblr post. Funny you should say that, though. Speaking of people who we don't know if they went to Hogwarts or not, my canon would be that Anne Boleyn went to Hogwarts.
Of course it is.
That comes in from my SCA side, but also because there is a portrait of her in Hogwarts.
That's right, there is.
Yeah, see? So, in my headcanon, it would be amazing if she had gone to Hogwarts. And
Yeah.
there were rumours about her being a witch. I just feel like that would be really cool.
So what were you thinking that I might do with my headcanon?
Oh, something ridiculous. I don't even know what, man. To be honest, I was going to be surprised no matter what you said. I expected something with Sirius. I know, seriously lame of me. But, you didn't, and I'm kind of impressed, but also disappointed in you.
No, I'm good. I've found Kevin Allen on Facebook, and I'm going to send him a pirate picture when I can draw one. I'm trying to think of what to draw. So
I believe in you. We'll just have a crafternoon. We'll have a day where we sit down and just draw pictures for everybody. It'll be perfect.
we gotta find reasons to give out pictures to listeners and people.
And again, if you comment the name of one Hogwarts professor, art will happen. Just for fun.
Yes.
Just for
Yes.
kicks.
Yes, we will do art for you.
All right.
Like, no matter how many, I think we got 62 people on Facebook.
65.
65, is that counting us? Because we like our own stuff.
I don't know.
I can draw myself a picture. I'll draw your picture.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like,
do it.
if we get 65 comments, we will draw 65 pictures.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work, hey?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We'll see.
See what happens.
All right. I want to take you into our main topic this evening, which is going to be crazy Harry Potter theories and headcanons. Now, I've got a list that I've compiled of some of the theories and the canons I've seen that I'm gonna say to you, and I want you to tell me if you agree or disagree with them, or if you think they could work.
Wait, we're like doing a game. I like this. I like games.
Kind of, and not really. It's like a, do you see it working, or could you make it work, or does it have reasonable, belief behind it? All right, are you ready?
Yes.
This first one is just the worst. It is just the worst.
Don't influence my decisions, Jess. Just tell me what it is, and then you can talk about it.
No, but it's the worst. All right. The first theory I'm going to be telling you about tonight is that Ron Weasley is a time-traveling Dumbledore.
No.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
But dude, think about it like this. Harry does describe both Ron and Dumbledore as tall, thin, and having a long nose. And these three characteristics are always repeated by Harry, that, you know, he always meets them. He always kind of brings that up.
Yeah, but Ron was a freckly ranger, and Dumbledore wasn't.
But in his youth, Dumbledore has been described as having auburn hair.
Auburn is not ginger.
Shh. You don't know what Ron grows up to be like, though, do you?
Auburn is not ginger. Ron is a ginger.
Yeah, but you never know. His hair might get darker over time. Some people do that.
And
also,
this time-traveling Dumbledore married Hermione and made babies with her.
yeah, potentially. Who knows? Listen.
Oh, sorry.
And also, coming up with that, Dumbledore does have a scar on his left knee, and Ron also sustained a serious injury to his left leg, which probably resulted in a scar.
Coincidences do not make truth.
Yeah, but he's so wise.
Ron?
Oh yeah, potentially. Or maybe Dumbledore is so wise about everything that's going on because he grew up as Ron.
No,
so that's how he knows so much.
Because he went to school with Diggle, not Diggle.
Diggle? Daedalus Diggle?
Yeah, it is Diggle. There you go.
They both like sweets, though.
Oh, wow. Hey, Jess, you and I both like cheesecake. We must be the same person.
No, but also, this is also a fantastic point somebody made. Someone made the point that Dumbledore really liked Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, and he reminisced on eating some when he was a youth. However, Bertie Bott was only born in, 1935. Dumbledore was not in his youth when he was in 1935. Must be Rumbledore.
Rumbledore?
No, Rumbledore or Rumbledore.
Rondledore. No, I like Rumbledore better. No, no, I dismiss that one. I cannot see it.
Okay, you can't see it?
No, I can see how people are drawing the conclusions, but it's like... Oh, I can't use that. That is really controversial and political, so I can't use that as a example. I understand that there are similarities, but similarity, just because people are similar does not mean they are the same person, and does not make him a time traveler.
All right, there were some fantastic points about chess as well. Honestly, it's all a bit metaphorical and goes over my head. I think it's a stupid theory, mostly because, just really, guys. But whatever. Someone, this just goes to show you that people really sit down and analyze Harry Potter to the point of believing in conspiracies.
Conspiracy theory, Harry Potter.
Are you ready for the next one?
I am ready.
This one holds my heart.
Stop telling me.
The theory is that Neville was only so inept at magic for the first few books because he was not actually using a wand that belonged to him.
Yes, I've heard that one and I agree.
Okay, so just for those who are listening, the theory is that Neville was so inept at magic because instead of going to Ollivanders at 11 and getting a wand that chose him, he actually adopted his father's wand. And when you're using a wand that's not your own, you may not have as successful results with magic. Whereas when his wand is broken, his father's wand is broken, he is forced to go out, get a new wand, and he immediately goes from 0 to 100 in his magical skill and ability. It makes me sad in a way because that was his father's wand, and I know he wanted to be just like his dad, but I feel like it's him really shrugging that off to become his own person, shrugging off that pressure and expectation. So I kind of love this one, actually.
Yeah, I like it too. I really do, because the wand is part of the wizard, and he needed his own wand to be strong.
That's exactly it. And I think he really came into it, and it was absolutely beautiful. So we both agree that we love that theory.
I love that theory. Can I give you one?
Yes, you can.
Because I didn't do research for this. I've been busy. So I literally Googled Harry Potter headcanon this afternoon. And then when I say this afternoon, I mean about 20 minutes before we start recording. And I found this one. It says, during Colin Creevy's funeral, wizards came and laid flowers at his grave. Harry didn't. Instead, he bought a picture and he put it next to the flowers. Although many years had passed and Colin had grown up to be a brave and heroic man, Harry still couldn't help but think of him as the excitable first year who had just wanted a picture with Harry Potter. The photo he left at Colin's grave was that first picture with Harry's signature scrawled into the corner. It's the only autograph Harry ever gave.
Oh, I actually want to cry. My heart just broke into 1,000 little pieces.
Accepted?
Oh, accepted, but I might die. I might just die. That actually, that breaks my heart. All the funeral headcanons that people have come up with. I am slaughtered by it because it is so devastating, and the books end. So obviously you don't get to see the aftermath of that, but ooh, ow, my feelings.
I said right in the feels.
Yeah, I'm having feelings, dude. The only way that I can get through this is by spouting a ridiculous theory at you, dude.
Okay.
Prepare your body and your mind.
I am ready.
This is hilarious. You have to let me get through this one because there's a whole website dedicated to it.
Look, I'll mute myself so I can't. Any
No.
shouting or commenting.
No. I need you to participate.
I was going to let you finish.
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Draco Malfoy is a werewolf.
No.
There is a whole website dedicated to this, www.dracomalfoyisawerewolf.com.
I've heard this theory in brief, and no.
All right, here we go. So this person has written up a little spiel about how it's ridiculous, but he or she believes this theory. Brittany and Nick, they believe this bears real evidence. That says here, we've gone back through the 6th and 7th books and compiled some of the most convincing evidence below. So I'm going to read out some stuff, and after I've finished every comment, you can comment on it.
Okay.
So the first dot point is that Draco is not a Death Eater, and then it lists the reasons why. So just hear me out for a minute. At the beginning of the 6th book, when Harry is hiding in Borgin and Burke's, Draco threatens Borgin and shows him something on his arm. Harry thinks the thing on Draco's arm is a dark mark, but we never get to see this. So, end of the first fact. I think he's trying to say that it's like a bite mark or something.
Yeah, I can see where they're going
Okay.
with that.
Yep, okay. Yep. All right, next point. Harry always immediately assumes things and they turn out to be false. If Harry wakes up in the middle of the night months later, it is usually right. Or if he talks about it with Hermione and Hermione gets it, then it's right. Hermione doesn't think Draco is a Death Eater, so he probably isn't.
Well, we do agree that Hermione is usually right. She's not always right, but she's pretty good.
Yeah, she's pretty good. And I mean, and here's even where I absolutely have to contradict the whole thing. We find out he's a Death Eater, so he's clearly a Death Eater. Right.
He has the tattoo. He shows it to Dumbledore.
Now, I'm going to read the next two together, and then we'll say something quickly about it, and then we'll move on to the good bit.
Okay.
All right. So next point, another reason Draco doesn't have the mark is because just at the end of the 6th book there is a barrier to the astronomy tower that you can only pass through if you have a dark mark. This barrier goes up immediately after Draco goes up to the tower and comes down just before he goes down. Additionally, Draco is never treated as a Death Eater, and there is no reason for Voldemort to give Draco a dark mark. So that's them trying to prove that he's not a Death Eater,
Yeah,
which is obviously not canon. So the next part is kind of getting to the werewolf thing. Alright, one ongoing arc in the 6th book is that Draco is sickly and stressed out. This is supposedly because of his quest, but Rowling does misdirection a lot. Moving on to Fenrir Greyback was obviously introduced as a character who specifically punishes people who have messed up by biting their children. Remus Lupin is explicitly mentioned as an example of this, and they've said, why set that up if not to use it later? And then it goes on to mention the fact that Lucius had failed on both points of failing at the Ministry and failing at handing the diary, right? So the implication being that because of Lucius's failures, Voldemort was like, you go get it, boy, and sent Fenrir to buy Draco.
Now I've got my headcanon of Fenrir on a leash at that table at Malfoy Manor with Voldemort sitting petting his head.
Oh yeah. So here's another one.
Yep.
Here's two more, actually. So, and these things I did find kind of interesting. So, the nail in the coffin for them is what they say is that while showing Borgin the mark on his arm, Draco says that Fenrir Greyback is a close personal friend and he'd hate for him to have to pay a visit. So, okay, I can see how that could lend themselves to that. But the last thing that, well, not the last thing, but one of the last things they say in that little paragraph is, finally, Rowling has said in an interview that one scene in the third movie, there was a moment that foreshadowed something that she knew was coming that gave her chills. In that movie, Draco impersonates a werewolf and does a wolf howl.
Oh, yeah, because of all the things that happened in the third book movie,
Oh, yeah.
him howling is totally it.
The foreshadowing.
The foreshadowing. No, I'm not buying it. They're like, is... One, we know he's a Death Eater. Two, we know he has a Dark Mark. And three, wouldn't you be effing stressed out if you were in his position?
I think I would be pretty stressed out. I think I would have feelings about that.
Yeah, and none of those feelings would be good.
No, not at all. But I really love this as a theory, mostly because it has a website.
I know, it's like the Harry Potter fandom is like full of conspiracy theorists. It's great. And I admire them, and I think they could write some amazing fan fiction. What were their names?
Brittany and Nick.
Brittany and Nick, go write some awesome fanfics, please, because you guys are really creative. I don't agree with your theory. I'm sorry.
I've just decided that we're going to come up with our own crazy theory by the end of this, by the way, so keep that in mind.
It can be crazy, though.
Yeah, it can be wacky.
Okay, good.
It can be out there. We'll do a what if. Okay, it'll be perfect. That'll be our what if. Alright, so how fantastic is that, though? Draco Malfoy is a werewolf. The thing is, that would actually be a really interesting story arc as well.
Yeah.
That would be I would read that. And it does say one reason this would be really cool, it makes Draco's relationship with Snape even more interesting if Draco is relying on him for Wolfsbane potion.
Yep.
But then he'd know the secrets of the Whomping Willow and the Shrieking Shack.
Ooh, I found a cute one. I'm going for the cute ones tonight.
Yeah, are you? Because the last one that you told us...
It was
ripped me to
cute.
shreds. No, it makes me want to cry. It makes me want to get on the floor in the fetal position and sob while someone rubs my back and tells me it's okay, but it's never okay because nothing will bring Colin back.
Gollum?
Colin.
Oh, I thought you said Gollum, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
wrong fandom.
Are you kidding me? Crazy theory number 3. Gollum is Dobby. Dobby is Gollum. And Dumbledore is the Illuminati.
Yeah, we knew that.
Oh.
Okay, so mine is Ron made sure Rose and Hugo got a really good set of dress robes.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Headcanon accepted?
Headcanon accepted. And actually, this brings me back to another one along the lines of Ron with his children, and it was that Hermione Granger's getting really annoyed with Ron because he's always buying new presents for Rose, and one day he comes home with this obnoxiously large teddy bear and he puts it down and she goes off at him. She's like, why would you buy that? We don't have enough room in the house for that, blah, blah, blah. And Ron just stands there looking kind of defeated, and he basically says that when he was little, everything he owned was a hand-me-down. So it was about him being able to buy his kid everything and not having to worry about money. And it broke my heart a little, but it ends with Hermione never questioning him spending that money on things for the children again. It kind of, yeah, it's sweet and it's sad in a way. Not that he had a horrible upbringing, but the fact that it affected him and the fact that he's now so happy and excited to go do this for his own kids. There are some gorgeous headcanons out there. But that, I think as parents, as far as parents go, Hermione and Ron, pretty legit.
Yeah.
Pretty legit as parents. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I've got a 3-parter. Well, no, it's not even a 3-parter. There's a lot of theories about this one. Conspiracy theories.
Okay.
And the title of it is Crookshanks is Somebody Important. Here...
Can I just interrupt? Mm-hmm. So, Josh has been running with this theory since book 3.
Oh, yes.
He was so surprised when Crookshanks wasn't revealed as like an animagus, and he still thinks Crookshanks is up to something.
Bless his little muggle heart. Alright, so I'm going to read you out the list of who people and what people think Crookshanks is, and we'll go through some of the little dot points. They think he is Regulus Black. They think he is Lily Evans. They think he is the cat of Lily and James. Yep. And they think he is Mundungus Fletcher.
I actually have heard and liked the theory that he was the cat that James and Lily had, because we know they had a cat.
Yeah, we do. I particularly like the fact that people have sat down and made lists of why they think that he is all these different people.
Yeah.
Particularly. Okay, so give me a second.
Yeah.
And I will do the thing.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start our list with Lily Evans.
Okay.
So basically what I found on Lily Evans was everybody thought that because Crookshanks had like red ginger fur, liked Sirius and hated Scabbers, that meant it was Lily Evans.
Okay.
Because surely she wouldn't just pop back out and be like, I'm going to mother my son now.
Yeah, no. She's just gonna live as a cat and a magus for, like, at least, 17 years.
She's done. She's done
with
that shit.
this. Yeah, but, like, she wouldn't have come to Privet Drive and become the Dursleys' family cat or just hung around a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't picture Lily Evans. But then again, who knows? We don't know much about her. Maybe she secretly was a commitment-fearing person.
Commitment phobe. There's a word for them.
Yeah. Alright, let's just agree that...
So the street lamp out the front of my house just went out.
It's probably Ron.
Dumbledore.
No,
it came back on. He's
Rumbledore.
done. Whatever he was doing, he's also done. The lamp came back on.
It's because he knew that we were onto him, see? And let's face it, he did give Ron the putter-outer, I'm just saying.
Continuing on with Crookshanks being Lily.
Hashtag Rumbledore is real. Okay, so let's just veto Lily immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one was Regulus Black. I didn't really understand the theory, but the main thing I found was that pauses awkwardly.
It's fine, I can cut that out and edit it.
How are we doing?
Yeah, it's not echoing now.
Okay, I'm going to keep going, starting from...
Regulus Black.
Yep, 3, 2, 1. So the main point I could find on why people thought Regulus Black might be Crookshanks is because he was affectionate towards Sirius.
See, everyone's affectionate toward... Maybe cats just like Sirius.
Maybe.
Apart from when he's in a dog form chasing him.
He seems like he would be a cat person. I just don't think that makes him Regulus at all.
No.
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 So let's veto that.
Regulus is dead. Dead, I tell you. I'm sorry, fans.
Yeah, well, I was never that attached to the idea of him, to be honest. I have to admit, I was never a Black family person.
Oh, I love the Blacks, and I like the idea of him, but he really was there to be like a relative and be very convenient to the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so next is Mundungus.
Yep, next is Mundungus. So they are both described as bandy-legged and ginger.
They are also both in the same scene, so...
It kind of doesn't work, does it?
No.
Because unless there's some, time turner stuff going on here, and I'm not going to lie, if I had a time turner, I'd probably arrange all kinds of shady things just so that I could make these sort of things happen.
You would so abuse that power.
Oh, absolutely. I would be the next Voldemort. I would.
I know you would. That's why we don't give you power, control, authority. We just give you a ball of yarn.
Ah, yes. Anyways, the last one, probably the one with the most weight, is the argument for the fact that they were the Potter's cat. He didn't like Scabbers, he did like Sirius, and Lily mentions having had a ginger cat.
Exactly. So,
and also the belief that he could be part Kneazle, which is a magical creature.
Is that a belief or is that fact? I think we know it's fact.
It's he's like part.
Yeah, part Kneazle. Yeah.
So, given that they believe that because they have such a good memory, it is more than likely that he would remember Scabbers and remember Sirius.
Yeah.
And because they're so intuitive, but I mean, if they're just intuitive anyways, he could just know that Sirius is great and that Scabbers is the worst.
I just know that Sirius is great.
Seriously killing me here.
Okay, seriously, I've got another headcanon. All manner fun. I'm not doing these deep dark ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, every time that Lily raises her hand in class, Sirius gives her a high five. When Sirius isn't there, he asks James to high five her. And then Remus does it with a sigh and an immediate apology whenever Sirius or James are not there. Peter, being overly enthusiastic about it, slaps Lily in the face by accident.
And he would. I do like that one. I like the fact that Remus, like, does it, but then apologizes, but I like that he still does it.
Yeah, he's...
Is he doing it? Is he doing it looking guilty as well, or is he smiling, like, just slightly?
I think he would look guilty. He likes Lily. He would be guilty the entire time, but he can't let down his friends.
I feel like he'd smile and then he'd kind of feign that little, I'm sorry. You know, like, I just think he would. Okay, so... I love that one, first off. Now, this one is a huge theory. Someone has dedicated a huge page to it. I actually haven't gone all the way through it. I'm actually looking for a dot point list now. But the theory is, and oh, this is fantastic and horrible all at once, Minerva McGonagall is a Death Eater. Yeah.
Okay. Spin it. Do they give an explanation? Like, do they back up these statements, or do they just make statements into the dark void?
They wrote an essay.
Did you take any points from it, or...?
I've got it up now, and I don't even know where to. So it lists here, like, theory, observation, McGonagall is evil, a Death Eater, and possibly Voldemort's most devoted and trusted servant. The abstract/summary is this. McGonagall is very suspicious and she often hinders the good guys, never really doing anything of value. JKR is such a good writer, we must assume that McGonagall has a bigger purpose. Now this, I will give credit here, this was written before the 7th book came out.
Oh, okay.
But how fantastic is that as a theory?
As a theory, if you don't know the full story, I suppose it was creative.
I mean, and here's one fantastic quote from it. What has McGonagall taught them besides how to turn matches into pins? Oh yeah, that's been really helpful in the battle against Voldemort. So this person has gone through and painstakingly listed all these things, including the fact that the cat, when she is a cat at Privet Drive, how she's acting towards Dumbledore. So here it says, the cat's tail twitched and its eyes narrowed. I've had cats since I was 5 years old. When a cat twitches its tail, it's not happy. When it narrows its eyes, it's preparing to pounce and attack. This is how the cat is looking at Dumbledore. Someone has sat down and gone through every book, looking through her every interaction, and has painted her in this essay.
As a villain.
Yep.
Can we take a quick break? Oh no, it's headcanon actually. It is totally headcanon that I just found. And it's fun. Muggle parent, your room is filthy. Do they let you get away with this at your school? Kid, actually, little elves come in the middle of the night and tidy up. Muggle parent, are you just fucking with me?
That would be me as a parent. Absolutely.
Ooh. I love this.
I have to admit,
Scrolling through Google.
Tumblr has come out with some real good headcanons, and in fact I'm just about to look up my favourite one. I'm trying to get the full post, which I will post to our Facebook page later, because it is my favourite and it's the source of my motto.
There are so many great ones. I'm just scrolling through Google here, looking at screenshots of them.
Alright, so here it is. This headcanon is about Muggle-born kids showing up at Hogwarts and saying, I get you're into magic and don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but don't try and tell me that quills and inkwells make more sense than pencils. I realise you have an aesthetic going, but admit it's just for looks. And I love that so much, because aesthetic or death. And at the end it's talking about how this parent's like, also it's called a spiral notebook, and I'm not going to make my Abby drag around 500 feet of loose parchment just because you people have a theme going.
You talked about this in our first ever episode.
I know, it's my favourite thing. It's endearing. I just think if I were a muggle parent sending my kid to Hogwarts, I would be scheduling all kinds of meetings. I'd be all up in there. This place is crazy. I'd be at home coming up with my own canons and theories. I'd be writing to my kid, what's their name? I don't know, Hazel. I'd be like, Hazel, Mummy has a theory. Mummy reckons that everybody at your school is crazy. And Mummy reckons that the squid is actually not a real squid, it's a bear. And, like, I'd be coming up with my own theories and headcanons, and, like, I'd be going, is Dumbledore really Merlin? Well, it's not even Dumbledore anymore, but you get where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Hufflepuffs are wily, stay far away. I'd be the one calling them Scufflepuffs while my child's like, Mom, please don't. Tolerance, accepting. So.
Whoa.
And where do you get parchment and quills from?
I like parchment. I've got parchment. In fact, I have a book full of bits of parchment, and I used it to... Oh, I didn't do that. Never mind. I'm not allowed to admit to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I used it one night when you were away at festival. I used it to write a letter of recommendation. And then because I'd been drinking quite heavily, I grabbed a lighter and burnt all around the edges. And then I got a piece of cord that I used to repair my armor and tied it. But we didn't have any candle wax, so I couldn't put a seal on it.
I think I brought a wax seal with me. I think I brought a Hogwarts one. I do have one.
It's
so
not,
what do you...
It's not just as a Dumbledore. The Dark Forest is strictly forbidden to all students, except for detention, where you will be forced to wander around when it's dark and darkest and scariest. Doesn't that make so much sense? I'm so good at rules. 10 points to Dumbledore.
That is the best. I'm sorry. I love it.
Anyway, sorry. You're about to ask me something.
I can't actually remember it now.
I'm sorry. I distracted you with Dumbledore.
Do you know what's another wonderful theory?
Yes. What?
Someone claimed that J.K. Rowling is Rita Skeeter.
Oh, I love that one, yes!
So for those of you who don't know, the theory is that Rita Skeeter is fired from her job, and angry at the wizarding world and without work, she chronicles the entire Harry Potter series and life, hoping to expose magic to muggles. And what she does is she releases them to the Muggle world. However, all the Muggles reading her book believe them to be a work of fiction, so Rita Skeeter becomes rich and famous as J.K. Rowling, and her idea of revenge melts away, and she just becomes a billionaire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I love it.
I mean, I don't know if it would work, but you know. Oh, here's a good one.
Oh, no, I've got one, and you're going to love this.
Okay, go for it.
So, we know in canon, the Death Eaters pretty much have a seating chart. In the fourth book, when they reunite with Voldemort, there's like spots left vacant in the circle, and Voldemort's able to say, that's this person's spot they are missing. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine Voldemort poring over that thing like, damn it, I can't put Electo next to Crabbe or she'll spend the whole time staring at his biceps. And speaking of Crabbe, he and Goyle should really should be next to each other so they can help each other follow everything. And maybe I'll put Not next to them just in case. Not's patient enough with them, and Black is dead, so I can just put
the one.
Put Avery's boy in that spot. Should I give away traitor spots? That seems like bad luck. Maybe I should just close the ranks there and open a new spot. Rodolphus and Bella have been next to each other in the circle for years, but they're getting married. Should I separate married Death Eaters? No, Rod and Bella will be fine, but if I keep them together, does that mean I have to keep all married couples together? No, I never said that I'd be fair with them. But Rabistan, I can't put Rabistan next to Barty or they'll never stop talking.
I think that what happened was one day they all came in and sat down, and that was it. Nobody moved from their spot.
Imagine Voldemort
except for Bellatrix trying to, like, inch up closer.
Imagine Voldemort keeping a paper copy of the circle in his pocket and studying it before meetings because everyone's going to be wearing masks and he can't risk forgetting someone's name or mixing two people up.
The true quote of the Harry Potter series is aesthetic or death. Truly.
Yep, everything is.
I will partially accept that headcanon. Alright, now here's a fantastic one. Based on the list of people we think should attend Hogwarts, and there is a theory that Ron not Ron, that George went on to become Willy Wonka, by the way.
Ooh, I like that.
There's a theory that he left the magical world and built a chocolate factory in homage to his brother who passed away.
Okay.
But, anyways, here's another good one of people who may have gone to Hogwarts. Mary Poppins.
Yes. She's also a Time Lord, just saying.
That's a different fandom. It's a different fandom, man. Okay, but yeah, Mary Poppins went to Hogwarts, is the theory. I love that theory.
Yes.
And then following up from that, Bert is a wizard or a squib.
I love Bert.
I know, so do I. But think about it. I mean, Mary could keep her wand in her umbrella.
I'm just gotta quickly, princess rap battles, you know them, yes?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Mary Poppins vs. Mrs. Claus one?
No.
Okay, that's fine, watch it. But the guy who does Bert in that is Kevin Allen!
Linking it back.
Maybe Kevin Allen is a wizard.
Maybe. Okay, but what do you think? Mary Poppins may have gone to Hogwarts, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that theory too. I think that's a really
I am
good
on board with that.
I'm on board with it, and it makes sense because, you know, the umbrella and stuff. Alright, here's a good one. The Dementors were more interested in Harry because he has more than one soul.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, and it was a particularly dark one. And seething and raging, and they're attracted to that kind of stuff, you know, they do weird things, they breed in fog.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily they were always like, yeah, boy, you know, two for the price of one. But, like, potentially it did have... And it's not like they can really talk. Dementors, how do they communicate?
No, apparently they do talk, because in the book, like Dumbledore and Fudge are like, I'm going to go talk to the Dementors, or the Dementors told me this, oh, they're not happy, and stuff like that. So
Okay, well, you can tell someone something through more than just words. So maybe they're doing, like, charades, maybe they're drawing it, maybe they're writing it down, maybe they know sign language.
Maybe, but no,
Maybe.
I think they have a mouth.
Yeah, but it's not really that nice.
No, it's not a very nice mouth.
No, that's... No. But anyways, okay. So, we've had some really good theories tonight.
But we're not done. I've got one, because I know you love Bellatrix.
Oh, she's such a... Hit me with your best shot, da-dun, da-dun, come on.
Hit me with your best cannon.
Dun,
Well, not
dun,
cannon.
dun.
Okay, so I've got this one, and I've got one that I need to correct somebody on.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is, Bellatrix has always been a little off her rocker, but it wasn't until her second miscarriage that she went completely mad. And it essentially says that because she couldn't have kids and continue her pure blood line, she decided to devote herself to being a Death Eater to create the perfect world for all other purebloods.
No. No, not even a little.
She was just a nodder.
There was no maternal instinct there.
No.
There is none.
It actually says that there's no maternal instincts, just a duty to procreate.
No, even then, I just feel like she was already committed to the cause.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like I would question her commitment. I don't know if she was necessarily in love from the get-go, but she might have been. Who knows? Maybe, how do we know, actually? Because he might have actually been more attractive still before he came back. Yeah. You know how obviously he dies and his body's destroyed.
Yep.
Before that, he did start to look a little weird, but he might not have been full weird yet. So,
You know, I'm not allowed to talk about that. I've got to stay away from political statements and other things in this podcast, and that is hard
Yes,
to
you do.
me. So I need to this is one of those ones from Harry Potter Confessions, which
yeah.
I think we actually unfollowed them on Tumblr. I can't remember if we did or didn't.
Oh.
Because it's just so much all the time, and people are just wrong.
But it's nothing against you guys.
It's nothing against you guys, and like everyone's entitled to their own thing. But you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and those opinions are often wrong.
Oh, here the
including this one.
Gryffindor.
No, I always wondered why Narcissa was not named after a star or a constellation like the rest of the Blacks, like Bellatrix, Andromeda, Sirius, etc. I think about how Narcissa's love for Draco saved Harry. Again, Harry was saved by a mother's love. That is why she is named after a flower like Lily. No, no, she is not. She
No.
is named after the Narcissus. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not good at pronouncing things. The Narcissus, is it a constellation? It's a bunch of stars.
Narcissus was also a man in Greek legend. I think it was Greek or Roman mythology, sorry, I can't quite remember which one, guys. Narcissus was so in love with himself that he basically died looking at himself, as I understand it. I just realised how long it has been.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
Narcissus,
have stopped talking.
she's named after the constellation which is Narcissus, which I believe is named, that constellation is named after Narcissus, the narcissist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she was a wonderful woman.
She was, but she was so vain. You could just tell her and Lucius had to have separate bathrooms so they could be vain away from each other. And it wouldn't get awkward. I love that song.
Bet you think this song
Is about you.
Yeah.
You're so vain. We could make a
So-
Malfoy edition.
Oh, we could. Alright, so we're gonna shoot that headcanon down.
Yeah,
That
mostly
theory.
because I've got a fact right here that she is named after stars. Boom! Sorry, person who wrote it. You just need to be corrected.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
It's
Alright.
attached to my head.
Oh, damn. Okay, so those were fantastic. And I think this pretty much covers our fan topic, though, as well, doesn't it?
It
Because
covers everything, yeah.
look at how much people have put into Harry Potter, that they sit there and they have all these theories and canons. And,
Even if they're wrong.
even if they're wrong, people comb over the books and they comb over the movies even, and interviews with J.K. Rowling and any kind of fact that they can find to prove whatever their canon is. And there are people who are die-hard about this stuff. Like, I'm
Writing an
die-hard about
essay.
some of my stuff.
Creating a website. Like, all those things. That's just awesome.
Yeah, it is amazing. And I mean, as some of you may know and some of you don't know, I have an entire first chapter written on Voldemort's ancestry, which still needs to be updated because the Ilvermorny stuff has come out since then. That's how diehard I am about my information about Voldemort. Voldemort. Hashtag Voldemort. What happened to the body? Where is it? JK, answer me, please.
This is
Has to
why
happen.
I keep Jess away from anything that could potentially be used in God knows what schemes she could come up with, because she would be the next Voldemort.
If I had 10 minutes with J.K. Rowling, I would ask her all kinds of questions. Oh, that reminds me, one last theory before I move us on.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure this has been disproven time after time again. But I actually really love this theory just because I think it is so stupid and weird. The giant squid is Godric Gryffindor.
I love that theory, and it's just like, sure, why not? Is he there to, like, protect against the basilisk? Was that his job? Did
No,
he, like, fail
no.
at his job?
No, I don't think he would be there to...
Maybe the giant squid was left there by the other founders to, like, combat whatever Slytherin had come up with.
No,
It was
I don't think it had
completely
anything
ineffective.
to do. I don't think it had anything to do with it. But you know what I actually think of? Durmstrang popped up through a boat in the lake, right?
Yeah.
That's how it popped up. The giant squid may potentially be protecting from people who might be trying to enter that way.
Ooh.
Because let's face it, they've got statues and they've got witches and wizards inside. But in the lake, it is entirely potential that there was some kind of magical portal to allow people to enter, like a port key, like the train. That was another way of entering.
My images in my head are awesome at the moment of, like, this ninja squid, like, all its arms with, like, swords and wands ready to protect Hogwarts.
I somehow don't quite think that is...
Why didn't they cast a spell on it so it could, like, breathe out of water, and it would have been awesome in the Battle of Hogwarts. I could just, like, see it climbing up the building, like, carrying 10 Death Eaters in its tentacles and then just dropping them, smashing them against stuff.
I You know what I think?
What?
I think if I were at Hogwarts and I had to go to the Yule Ball, I would take a corsage down to the Great Lake and I would be like, hey, giant squid, be my date.
Oh. And he would totally accept.
Just one little tentacle pops out, put the
No.
corsage on it.
No. No prom
Hold
night
on to it.
babies.
Ew, definitely not. It just twirls me around to like it'd be Sixpence None the Richer playing Kiss Me, and we'd just be dancing in the moonlight. It would be very cute. That's my headcanon.
That is very cute.
What do you reckon? Do we accept that headcanon?
I will accept that headcanon just for you.
Yeah, my Yule Ball date was the giant squid.
Well,
That was perfect.
that
I
was
that one.
brilliant. So,
Alright.
random ships tonight. This is the segment where we build a boat, set it to sail in the Black Lake to see if it'll sink or sail. What are we thinking for tonight? We're just gonna any character in the Harry Potter universe? Or I was thinking we should do villains.
You want to do villains? Do you know what my thought was?
What?
My thought was think of anyone you know from another universe, another fandom, who could have legitimately gone to Hogwarts and chuck them in.
Okay.
But then we could have some really weird stuff going down.
Yeah. So anyone
any-
from another
anyone
fandom who
Or
could've-
history.
or
Anyone from another
history.
universe or history. History would be good too.
So who could have, but we don't know if they did.
Yeah, someone you genuinely believe, and you have to back it up with what house they would have been in.
Oh, okay.
Give me a sec. Okay, I've totally got mine.
I don't. Give me a minute.
Okay, I'll give you a minute. You guys, I've just thought of mine. I was trying to think of, like, who is someone I genuinely believe could have gone to Hogwarts, and this person just popped into my head, and I'm like, how did I not think of that earlier? It is the most perfect answer. The only thing is, I'm kind of torn about the house they would have been in.
Think about it while
I've picked...
Google.
I've
I'm
picked
actually
and
Googling for answers at this point.
I've picked mine, and what I'm thinking is that if people want to debate me on it later, I invite them to debate me. And guys, I want to hear who you think, anyone you think might have gone to Hogwarts. I need to hear about it.
That doesn't work. I thought I had a good one, but if I couldn't justify it, it was just me going, "Oh, that'd be nice."
No, you don't have to justify it.
Okay, cool. I've got one.
Okay, ready?
3,
3,
2,
2,
1. Gandalf.
David Bowie.
Oh,
Absolutely.
David.
Yes.
Yes, David Bowie's a wizard. Like, yes.
Okay, what house was Gandalf in?
Gandalf was totally in Gryffindor.
See, I think David would have been in Slytherin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just gyrating around the common rooms. Swaying. Glitter.
Glitter, being fabulous, would have made Lucius jealous.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's how that's... Yes! He would have gone around the same time as one of the Malfoys. Undoubtedly, they would have taught him how to do the hair, the eyeliner, the every... Yes!
But how did David Bowie and Gandalf... Actually, they were both gay. Well, David Bowie was a bit ambiguous, but I don't think he would have turned down Gandalf, a young Gandalf, who, you know...
I don't know. They would have gone for it.
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. Maybe even a bit too much, so the ones that teachers kept an eye on. Kind of any teen pregnancy.
Ooh, Mpreg is very popular, sadly. I can't do that, sorry guys. In the fan fiction world, lots of people love to write about it. They've got it figured out to the T, where the womb would sit, everything.
We should do an Mpreg episode.
Oh,
They are your babies, your ovaries. Men can't have them, she cries.
No, it's not even that. It's just...
No, it's fine. Let's not offend anyone. That's my job.
Oh, yes. Alrighty, so the what if for tonight that I wanted to do was if you could pick any of the canons we've spoken about to be real, what would it be, and how would it alter the course of events of Harry Potter, if it would at all? Or what if you could replace one thing in the universe with a potentially real canon? So something, doing it like making Draco Malfoy a werewolf, or making Crookshanks Lily Evans, McGonagall being a Death Eater. It has to be one that would potentially work. No Willy Wonka.
I think McGonagall being a Death Eater would have been the best twist. Like, it's totally wrong, but if it hadn't been wrong, if it was real, that would have been like the best twist. Like, you know, you love this woman, you trust her, and that heart-wrenching stabbing feeling when you realise you've been tricked.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad, hey?
It would be like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like a little bit, but even then it would just be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that there was another theory that I left out, but there was one that Ginny was actually using a love potion on Harry. I think that would be a horrible twist, but I think it would be a very interesting twist if she had a bit of a darker side. Otherwise, I think I have to go with you. McGonagall being a Death Eater would be pretty scary but amazing. Although I would be interested in Draco Malfoy as a werewolf. That'd be very humbling for him and his whole family.
Yeah.
And that would be a really good one to see fleshed out and explored, whether he became more towards the dark side or if it really brought him towards the light side, and if perhaps it would have led the way to paving a relationship with Remus Lupin and Tonks and that side of the family. That would have provided a bit of an arc for redemption within that, and it would have brought potentially Narcissa and Andromeda together.
Potentially, maybe. Yeah, I suppose.
Maybe. Yeah, but don't you think, as an interesting...
It would be interesting, I suppose, but it was never Draco's story.
Sadly.
It's Harry's story.
That entitled Gryffindor.
Oh,
child.
yeah, it's all about us. Well, not really. Fantastic Beasts is about a Hufflepuff. But he's not actually at Hogwarts, so it doesn't count.
Where my Ravenclaws at, though? # bring back Luna. Alright, guys, we want to hear about your theories. Oh, wait, we said we were going to create a theory. Right, okay, let's do it.
Didn't we? I thought...
We're going to create more.
Okay,
The theory about me is fantastic, however. Let's pick a character random.
Serious? Oh, that's not random, is it?
No, it's not. It's the worst. Okay, I'm just gonna come up with one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And you have to tell me if it makes sense. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Daedalus Diggle is actually the Bloody Baron, and he resides in the broom closet and is waiting for McGonagall to light a candle which will turn Crabbe and Goyle into crabs, and then he can come back to life.
What the hell? You were going somewhere really good with that. And I was like,
I went somewhere fantastic.
Is like a ghost, but that could be
he's
really
not just
cool,
a ghost, he's the Bloody Baron.
But no, you've ruined it. Actually, no, I'm gonna... Daedalus Diggle is actually a ghost. He died, and he just sort of exists now. I don't realize he's a ghost. No one realizes he's a ghost. It'll be like one of those sad horror movies where the girl who's been helping you is actually a ghost and you couldn't save her. You could never save her. Only it's him. Maybe they're all dead. Maybe Harry's just insane in the broom closet.
That's a theory as well.
I know it is.
Okay, well actually no, you know what, you're right. That was a silly theory. What if... Oh, let me think really quickly. What if secretly Goyle had a Hufflepuff girlfriend on the side?
Cute. I don't think he could. Any girl would be tragic to date him, but
No, it'd be him. No, think about it. It'd be some sweet Hufflepuff girl, kind of quiet, kind of shy.
Muggle-born.
Maybe, and she's just doing her thing, and he's struggling with subject, and she helps him for whatever reason. They kind of quietly sit there and just helping each other. It's really sweet. And one day, I don't know, some younger Slytherin is trying to pick on her or something, and Goyle just throws them into a wall and is like, "Oi, stop. And he doesn't really know what to say, but she kind of gets it.
Stop.
And they're just like cute together and they hold hands. And then when all this stuff's going down with the Death Eaters, he's like, don't come to school. And so she doesn't, and he's really sad. Oh.
Yeah, maybe I just don't feel any affection towards Goyle, or did you say Crab? I
Goyle.
don't remember who. Pardon?
Crab dies in the books, which would make it even more tragic, even though he was a terrible person. So was Goyle. But the guy who played Goyle in the movies, he was pretty cute, so... It's like the same thing with Draco, man. And like the cuter he is, the more I forgive him.
Shaking my head in despair. Sirius
Yeah.
Black for the win. Gary Oldman, find me.
Oh,
Anyways,
Lord.
I think that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode. So, anyone who's been listening, Jess has explained our little competition if you want a hand-drawn picture from us. We are amazing artists and you will not be disappointed.
Name a professor and I'll... In fact, name a professor and mention the corsage, and I'll add the giant squid in for funsies.
So, name a professor, get a picture. Mention the corsage, and the giant squid will appear in that picture. Oh, I should... Okay, never mind. Anyways. No, it's something I gotta do. You've just given me an amazing idea. So, if you need to find us for whatever reason, or like to send in your headcanons, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. As Witch Weekly Podcast. We are also on Twitter and Pinterest as Witch Weekly Cast. And we'll be seeing you all next week for another episode. Bye.
Bye, Nads.